Heart of steel and ribs of stone, I can make it on my own. I've walked gravel roads, these tender souls can brave the path ahead. But then there's you in my head. Paper lips and crystal eyes, you're the only thing I've tried. Makes me feel like I am dying to survive. I've never been more alive. Tough as nails, yet I'm delicate in your arms. Dedicated to the sense this moment will not come again. Heart is rocky, yet I'm feather soft in your arms. Time's an hourglass turned over and we're growing older. You and I were beautifully fragile. Oh. Tiny fist and stubborn waves, ironclad resolve for days. I'm a soldier, I'm blown over by the grace in your smile. You turn my water to wine. You break me open and I'm tough as nails, yet I'm delicate in your arms. Dedicated to the sense this moment will not come again. Heart is rocky, yet I'm feather soft in your arms. Time's an hourglass turned over and we're growing older. You and I were beautifully fragile. Devastating, captivating, you're excruciating. I see your face and I'm elated. You're the only one I know who feels like home. 'Cause your head on my chest and love, forever's not long in love. I wanna freeze this frame. My every word's your name. I'll never be the same. Tough as nails, yet I'm delicate in your arms. Dedicated to the sense this moment will not come again. Hard as rock, yet I'm feather soft in your arms. Time's an hourglass turned over and we're growing older. Time's an hourglass turned over and we're growing older. You and I were beautifully fragile. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thank you so much. Thanks so much. I'm gonna speed it up just a little bit. A song I wrote called Still. And it's about, I think, it's about growing old together. I think there are a lot of songs that glamorize that notion, but I always said that I wasn't gonna grow old gracefully, that I wasn't gonna be one of those beautiful Betty White style women. At 91, 92, I was probably gonna be a little bit closer to a Robin Williams. And so I thought I had this scene in my head of this couple in a nursing home sitting next to each other like they've been doing their whole lives, cracking jokes about everything around them. And that scene birthed this song. It's called Still. I want to be 85 with you, rocking chairs on creaking porches, knitting needles, angry nurses, and you laughing all the while. I want to be 29 together, on the phone in stormy weather, plane delays and travel sweaters, and you still can make me smile. When we're old, we'll put our dentures in a jar, beside the sink, in that place where that old mug with arched brushes used to be. And I laugh about the way you still look pretty without teeth, 'cause your shiny gums are perfect to me. And I don't know where life's gonna go, but I'll go along with you. And I don't know what the future holds, but I'll hold on to you. And when the mountains in the distance stand between us like a fence, I hope you know I'm still with you. I hope you know I'm still with you. Well, be with me at 37, 2 young kids and one more coming. Minivans, golden retrievers were statistics we won't mind. And since I'll be allergic to the grass, you'll mow the lawn. But I'll help you plant the trees that our 3 children can climb on. They'll balance on those branches and reach higher every dawn, because you make mornings beautiful to me. And I don't know where life's gonna go, but I'll go along with you. And I don't know what the future holds, but I'll hold on to you. And when the mountains in the distance stand between us like a fence, I hope you know I'm still with you. I hope you know I'm still with you. When I was 5, I drew a lover with my dreams. And you're nothing like the picture, but you feel like the real thing. Come on, be with me tomorrow. When I cry, just hold me closer. We've been broken, cracks still show, but we'll be fine. When you're in pieces, I can help you realign. Yeah, I can hold you while you heal, and we will be alright. 'Cause I don't know where life's gonna go, but I'll go along. Yeah, I'll go along with you. And I don't know what the future holds, but I'll hold on to you. And when the mountains in the distance stand between us like a fence, I hope you know I'm still. 'Cause I don't know where life's gonna go, but I'll go along with you. And I don't know what the future holds, but I'll hold on to you. And when the mountains in the distance stand between us like a fence, I hope you know I'm still with you. I hope you know I'm still with you. I hope you know I'm still with you.
Love that.
Oh, thank you. It's my
Great
little song about what happens when you terrorize nurses in a nursing home. You shouldn't terrorize your nurses. It's not a nice thing to do. But if you did, it might happen something like that. When I was, Alan talked about songs that he wrote at 20. I think when I was younger, I watched a lot of romantic comedies because I grew up sort of in the golden age of the romantic comedy with Julia Roberts, Richard Gere. And I felt kind of enamored as a young kid with this notion of fate and destiny and this idea that you were meant to be with somebody. But the older I get, the more I think that the people who work hard at being together, the people who work hard to check in with each other, are the ones that make it. And there's no amount of divine providence that's going to save you if you don't. So I think for Valentine's Day, the most romantic thing I can come up with now, being a little bit older and a little less enamored with what I see on TV, is this idea that we choose each other right? And I don't think it's just our romantic partners. I think sometimes we choose our friends too, you know? You have the family you're born with and you have the family you choose. And there's this misconception that choice happens once, but I think it's one we make every day. And I think there's something really beautiful and romantic about that. So this song is about that choice and making it over and over and over again. It's called On Your Side. It's a little lullaby, but it's cold here in Texas, so hopefully this warms you up. More water under the bridge means we've got more to lose. But I'm at no loss for illusion when it comes to you. I'll talk myself into and out of anything. 1 minute I want you forever, the next I just need one reason to stay. So take a deep breath and close your eyes. Hold my hand and remember when this was the feeling that got you through the night. Turn down the bed, sleep tonight. Let the world fade to whispers. We're drifting through dreams in which everything's alright. I'm still on your side. See, mine is a logical mind. I observe and deduce. But none of my evidence serves me when it comes to you. You fit no statistic, you came without preamble. 1 second we work without reason, the next I just need one reason to stay. So take a deep breath and close your eyes. Hold my hand and remember when this was the feeling that got you through the night. Turn down the bed, sleep tonight. Let the world fade to whispers. We're drifting through dreams in which everything's alright. I'm still on your side. I'm still on your side. And sometimes it's like fireworks on the 4th of July. Sometimes it's one candle defying the night. But even when I'm scared we're burning out, I'd still choose you every time. So take a deep breath and close your eyes. Hold my hand and remember when this was the feeling that got you through the night. So turn down the bed and sleep tonight. Let the world fade to whispers. We're drifting through dreams in which everything's alright. I'm still on your side. I'm still on your side. I'm still on your side.
That was beautiful, Emmeline. I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
You know, you hear a lot of people, you know, songwriters that are like literature majors, you know.
Yes.
And I'm sure that has a great benefit, you know, in writing lyrics and stuff. But I would think majoring in psychology and the way you study it and everything must have a big benefit, you know, when you start creating your lyrics. Do you find that?
It's interesting. I feel like I'm kind of unqualified to answer that question because I was an English major.
You were? Well, you're both. You're both of them. Okay.
I was. I joke that I majored in indecision in college. I got 2 degrees in music and English. And for me, they were perfectly married, right? Because the rhythm of words is so important when we look at why texts matter to us or don't. But I think all of it helps you understand people better.
Yeah.
I think when we listen to music, we find common ground in places where we might not.
Yeah, your lyrics are very insightful.
Thank you.
I come to songwriting from a BS in agriculture.
Oh, really? Really? How does that inform your songwriting?
I don't know. I guess probably not in a good way. So
I don't know if that's true.
yeah. So go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just thinking
No,
about that.
that's not an interruption at all. I think, ideally, if we're doing our job as musicians, we're connecting people.
Yeah.
And that's been in this past year, which has been so very strange. Can we just talk about how weird this year has been? In the past year, which has been so bizarre, I think what's brought me a lot of joy and what I hope has brought other people a lot of joy is the chance to connect through music. It's this reminder that those of us that write songs and play, like, in a moment where there are a lot of things that divide us, we get to be part of something that unifies, and I think that's really special. And ideally, when we create music, we're creating empathy for other people. And so I think, I don't know, I think if we're doing our job, everything we ever do informs how we write a song.
Yeah, well, you're doing it right.
Oh, thank you. I don't know about that,
Oh,
but I appreciate that
no,
endorsement.
your lyrics are great. I love it. Okay.
Thank you, Harry. That really means the world to me.
Okay. I get out of your way.
No, you're not in my way at all. I actually really love talking to people about songwriting, so much that I, in quarantine, started a podcast about it. So if you guys want to hear me talk a little bit more about songwriting with some really amazing songwriters, check out Journey of a Song. But I wrote this song. This is a song about blanket forts, which seemed really appropriate in quarantine. And I had this idea that maybe falling in love is not necessarily about shaving all of your rough edges, or disguising your darkness as light. Maybe it's about inviting somebody into your darker spaces, or showing people all of your rough edges and letting them love on those spaces a little bit. It's called Known. I had a wall, I had a wall, I had a world of walls and mirrors too. I hid behind and made shapes in the shadows, but I came out for you. I watched hunters storm in with their axes and guns, ran from wrecking ball boys and capitulations, and all of the people I'd said goodbye to didn't matter, 'cause they weren't you. So maybe we don't have to be pretty, and maybe you don't have to be bold, and maybe the best thing we've got going is the bed and the dark that we share, and the feeling we're truly known. I had a wall, I had a wall, I had a world of walls to nestle in. I made pile blankets in all of my corners, made a fort in my den. Oh, we made shadow puppets and laughed till we cried. My head on your chest, arm pressed to your side. And all of the people I'd said goodbye to didn't matter, 'cause they weren't you. So maybe I don't have to be pretty, and maybe you don't have to be bold, and maybe the best thing we've got going is the bed and the dark that we share, the feeling we're truly known. I used to pray to the sun, beg and make me golden. I used to pray to the stars, beg and make me bright. I used to pray to the sun, beg and make me golden. I used to pray to the stars, begging, make me bright. But maybe I don't have to be pretty, and maybe you don't have to be bold, and maybe the best thing we've got going is the bed and the dark that we share, the feeling we're truly known. Or maybe I don't have to be pretty, maybe you don't have to be bold, and maybe the best thing we've got going is the bed and the dark that we share, the feeling we're truly known. I had a wall, I had a wall, I had a world of walls. Now I've got you. Thank you so much. It's my little song about blanket forts. But is there anything more romantic on Valentine's Day when it's going to be 0 degrees on Monday than a blanket fort? That's the question I pose to you. Harry, do we have time for one more?
Yes, you probably have time for 2 more. You've got,
my
you got
goodness.
about 8 minutes.
Oh, goodness. All right. This song is called 100 Years. Us chick singers, right? We get a reputation for writing a bunch of breakup songs. So I promised myself that all I was going to play for you today was happy love songs. But I did reach a point when I was about 18 where I thought I was never going to write a happy love song. I was like, it's just my lot in life to write a bunch of sad, depressing songs. Because the beautiful thing about being a teenager is that every love feels like the end of the world. Or the beginning of the world. And then, you have those really dramatic, horrible breakups and you think, oh, I'm never going to fall in love again. It's never going to happen. That was it. It was my last chance. And I wrote this song about a moment in time. Because forever is a really big, daunting word. And I think we have a lot of moments in relationships where we think, really, forever? But that's so long. But I think we also have those moments where we think, okay, if this is what forever looks like, maybe that's okay. So I wrote this about one of those moments. And it's a special song to me because I started playing open mics in Dallas longer ago now than I care to admit. But this was the first song I ever played where I had a moment during the chorus where I was quiet and I heard people singing back to me. And I think that the beautiful thing about being a musician or being somebody who loves music is that as long as you have music in your life, you also have love. So that's what this is about. It's called 100 Years. I like to think I walk with purpose when the spotlight's glaring down. I don't take steps until I'm certain that my feet will find the ground. And I make sure my paths are straight lines and my strides are always sound. But sometimes I let myself trip when there's no one around. I like to keep the world at arm's length, but you got into my space. You tugged at my mask of indifference, and you pulled it off my face. Sometimes I feel so bare around you, yeah, I almost feel ashamed. I'm like a catch without the chase, but you make me feel like that's okay. And I don't know what's going on, but I like to stay here for 100 years with you. You turn my poems into songs, and I'm scared to death, but I'd face all my fears for you. I know it shouldn't be that easy, but who said love had to be hard? Swore I'd never graze the ground grounds of canyons, but you make me wanna fall that far. I stick to plans and stop at red lights. Yeah, I follow all the rules. I go to church and pray to Jesus every Sunday around noon. I keep my elbows off the table and don't say anything too rude. But sometimes I let myself curse when there's no one in the room, or when I find out it's gonna be 0 degrees on Monday. I keep a sunny disposition, oh, even when it hurts to smile. You find me when I feel like crying and keep me laughing all the while. You wear your heart out on your sleeve, you're just as honest as a child. And when you're sad, tears fall like rain, but when you grin, the stars seem plain. And I don't know what's going on, but I'd like to stay here for 100 years with you. You turn my poems into songs, and I'm scared to death, but I'd face all my fears for you. I know it shouldn't be that easy, but who said love had to be hard? Swore I'd never grace the grounds of canyons, but you make me wanna fall that far. I like to think I walk with purpose. Your stride's no faster than a snooze. My steps are always quick and curt, but I don't mind slowing down for you. You make me stop to take a breath. Everybody together. Make sure you always follow through, and there is not a word that tastes as lovely to me as your name. And your eyes make the stars look like they're not shining. Your hair falls perfectly without you trying. You're so beautiful when I tell you every day. No, I know when I compliment you, you won't believe me. But it's so sad to think that you don't see what I see. And every time you ask me, do I look okay? And I'll say, I see your face. It's not a thing that I would change, 'cause you're amazing just the way you are. And when you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while, 'cause you're amazing just the way you are. And I don't know what's going on, but I'd like to stay here for 100 years with you. You turned my poems into songs, and I'm scared to death, but I'd face all my fears for you. I know it shouldn't be that easy, but who said love had to be hard? I swore I'd never grace the grounds of canyons, but you make me wanna fall that far. And I don't know what's going on, but I'd like to stay here for 100 years with you. You turn my poems into songs, and I'm scared to death, but I'd face all my fears for you. I know it shouldn't be that easy, but who said love had to be hard? I swore I'd never grace the grounds of canyons, but you make me wanna fall that far. I like to think I walk with purpose, and I'm headed straight to you.